I just got home from running a few errands, including Aldi and Target for some groceries because I am old Mother Hubbard over here, it feels like, for the last couple of days. So we've replenished, but doing it with a focus on gut health because despite the last few years, which I will get into shortly, I have the worst gut health and I am the one who preaches it the loudest because I am in the industry, and somehow I have the worst gut health, despite everything I do, all of my efforts. So we are on a new journey. I've got some new supplements, I've got a little bit of a different grocery haul than I typically get, and I'm gonna get right into it. What else do you do on a Friday night when your husband is away? But go grocery shopping and then do a video about it. I'm gonna start with what I got at Aldi. Ignore the Trader Joe's bag, although this is a great cooler bag if you are in need of one. I think this was like maybe $9.99 or $11.99 at Trader Joe's. It keeps food cold and is just a great bag to have for groceries. Tomorrow night I am having a charcuterie night with one of my dearest girlfriends, Melody, and I have a lot of cheese already in the fridge from our little Costco charcuterie night earlier this week, which you will have seen if you watched my last vlog. But I did want to get some brie because one of the beverages that she and I like most is a French 75, which involves champagne or brut, whatever you have, and brie goes really well with that. Then I also grabbed a whipped cream cheese spread because I'm not actually that big of a fan of regular cream cheese. I think it's a little bit too thick and it doesn't spread very nicely, so I get the whipped kind. I munch tortilla chips all day long, so we need some salsa. I always love the little crudité that's on charcuterie boards, so I thought I would do that for us tomorrow. And I have some garlic hummus, and then I got a few things of veg as well, just some carrots and cucumbers. And the final piece for the charcuterie night is some prosciutto, and all of this so far has been from Aldi, and I think that their prosciutto is actually pretty high quality for the price compared to like Whole Foods or a Sprouts or something. I really like their prosciutto. Then possibly the most massive spaghetti squash that you've ever seen. This is like compared to my head. I love to put these in half and roast them in the oven. I'm gonna make the sauce I made for the pasta e ceci the other day, so with the chickpeas and the tomatoes, and put that over this, and I think that'll be a really nice fall dinner. Then, because we are on a gut health journey, I had to get some sauerkraut because a fermented food like sauerkraut is a great way to help start to regulate your microbiome. So I got 2 giant jars of the Aldi German style kraut because this is just cabbage, water, and salt. There's no preservatives, there's nothing else in there. 3 ingredients, and it's really good for your gut. That is all for Aldi. Ugh. Moving on to Target. I don't usually go grocery shopping at Target, if I'm being quite honest, but I did need some other things like a loofah, and there were a couple of things that were not food related, and I just preferred to get those at Target. So, not a food haul, but I did get the loofah that I needed. Then I didn't have the time to drive all the way to Trader Joe's because it's a bit of a hike from our house to get to the nearest one. So I was craving the Everything But the Bagel seasoning blend, and I just grabbed the Target brand. I haven't had it before, it looks exactly the same, and really, how different can it be? Almost expecting to be struck by lightning just then. They have a new frozen vegetable medley. It is a cauliflower and asparagus and mushroom medley. I really like having rice vegetables on hand just because you can throw them in the microwave, especially when they're the steam in the bag kind. You can just throw them into the microwave and put them with a simple protein or something, and it's a really quick and easy dinner. And then I was not planning on getting any salad, but they had buy one get one 50% off of their salad kits. And that's a pretty good deal at Target because I think they're about $4 each. So I grabbed the Southwest and the avocado salad kits. I don't really like their salad dressings, but the toppings can be okay. So if you are a salad kit person, let me know your favorite ones down below. I was really bummed that they did not have a Mediterranean one because there is a Mediterranean salad kit at Trader Joe's, and it is my absolute favorite. The husband, while he is not here, has been commenting that he really wants to have more soup, especially now that it is colder. So I got a couple of things of low sodium chicken broth. I do like the bone broth, but they were out, so chicken broth will have to do. I also have been cooking quinoa in this, and it just gives it a little bit more meaty, for lack of a better term, flavor. So it's kind of a unique way to cook quinoa, but it tastes really good. I am a snack monster, so I also grabbed a bag of popcorn kernels. Last but certainly not least, I have a few canned goods. I got the diced tomatoes. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to use both of these in the sauce that I want to put on the spaghetti squash, or if I want to save one and maybe do like a shakshuka maybe this weekend. But that might have to happen. And then for the pasta e ceci with the spaghetti squash, I also had to get chickpeas. So a couple of cans of the Good and Gather chickpeas. And finally, and I'm happy to report that I reached out to GTs on Instagram and they have confirmed this is going to be a year-round flavor. I got 3 of the Honeycrisp apple kombuchas. It literally tastes like apple cider. It is so good, it's refreshing, and literally all that's in it is GT's kombucha and cold pressed Honeycrisp apple juice. So if you're a kombucha person, you know, even if you're not a kombucha person, I would actually recommend the Honeycrisp apple, and it's gonna be here year round. That is the grocery haul for today. It's not the biggest, and it's definitely not all the staples, because I do always get like eggs and sometimes frozen chicken breasts and that kind of thing, but I have all of that already. So I'm gonna put this all away, and then I will get back to you with a little gut health update. I'm just getting comfy in my little sunny spot here. I wanted to share with you a little gut health update, because I don't think gut health is something that is talked about enough. It can be a bit gross, which is why I think people tend to avoid it. First and foremost, disclaimer, I am not, at this point in time, I am not a certified nutritionist. I am not a dietitian. I do not have formal education in nutrition or anything related. I will be going back next year, as I mentioned in my previous vlog. But at this time, everything I am saying is just from personal research, personal experience, and I have been in the nutraceutical industry for about 6 years. So take it with a grain of salt. Obviously, before you make any health changes or pursue any cleanses or anything like that, consult with your own healthcare practitioner, and that will be what works best for you. I am not going to go incredibly deep into my gut health history because it is long and ugly, but essentially over the last year or so, I would say, it's gotten significantly worse. And I was hoping that after about 9 months or so of working with a functional medicine doctor, that I would have the opposite results and I would be feeling great right now, but that is not at all the case. I would have random allergic reactions to things, and I still do, specifically certain juices that have added sugars, or white wines, white sparkling wines especially, things like ciders or different beers at breweries. I get splotchy occasionally, like full-on Barney purple splotchy all down my face and neck. There are other things that are not quite internet appropriate, but you can use your imagination. And I'm just kind of sick of never feeling 100%. And so about a week ago, I started looking into alternative medicine methods, because the functional medicine doctor that I was seeing, it helped for all of 30 days, I think, and that was because he had me cut out quite a few different food groups. I had a whole blood panel done, I had a whole gut panel done, which, yes, means a stool test. Disgusting, but the truth. And the food panel, it was all food sensitivities, ranks by category. I will pop an image up on the screen of what that looked like. So I tended to eat a lot of shellfish and eggs and bread and all of that. And that was all in a fairly inflammatory category. So I cut a lot of those out at that time, and even certain spices like black pepper, which is on everything, I had to cut out of my diet. And so it was very inconvenient to me and to everyone else involved. So that was not long-lived. I did it for about 3 months, and it made it especially difficult that I travel for work, so having to order in restaurants. And anyway, that's the food sensitivities test. And then that was supposed to reduce inflammation in your gut so that the rest of the gut panel could be effectively evaluated, and then you could have the protocol of supplements that you needed to combat the bad bacteria while the inflammation was low from following the food panel. So that was a whole process. Again, if you're interested in doing something like that for yourself, I would speak with a functional medicine doctor. Likely won't be covered by insurance, because that's not how Big Pharma works. Fast forward to today. I'm going to preface by saying I do not actually know if I have a parasite, but there is no harm in doing a liver cleanse. Your liver has 500 plus functions that it performs in the human body. And so if your liver is not functioning optimally, there may be other side effects. I don't know too much about it, but I was advised by a friend who is well educated. She was actually a chiropractor and now is very passionate about functional medicine. I was advised to check out Dr. Hulda Clark's Parasite Cleanse as step 1 of the liver cleanse, and I'm going to show you some of the components of this cleanse. First and foremost, I cannot have caffeine or alcohol for, I believe it's 3 weeks, 18 days or 21 days, and obviously when you're trying to clean your liver, you don't want to make your liver do a lot of heavy lifting. So both of those things are out, and it is a protocol of 3 different supplements. First is the wormwood supplement, then we have cloves, which are great for gut health. Then we have a green black walnut hull tincture. I just got these on Amazon, and the tincture even comes with a little pipette, a little dropper. And essentially every day there's a different amount of drops and a different amount of capsules and frequency that you have to take the capsules. And so I am going to start going through that now because I want to be pretty well settled by the holidays. I think shooting to have this completed by, 3 weeks from mid-November, early December. It'll be fine. I'll be good to go for the holidays. But other supplements that I've been taking for my gut health include the Aloe, Digest, and Debloat. This is a blend of enzymes and a few different probiotic strains for gut health. I've only been using this for about a month and a half, so I can't really report on how it's working yet. Maybe in another month or so. These things tend to take time before you actually recognize what the effects are. Not any worse than I normally am. The other supplements that I've been taking for gut health were 100% me being influenced, but I really do enjoy them. They taste good, and I think that they're actually effective. And that is, let me unclip it here. That is the Shreddy Greens, which come from the UK. And let me just, fair word of warning, if you order Shreddy Greens, one, they're a bit expensive on Shreddy's website, but I'm a big fan of Grace Beverly, and these are very effective. I always feel great after I take these consistently for a few days. So I try to take them every morning. But because they are coming from the UK and they are a powder, there is a good chance they will get held in customs. I did not know this, so when I had ordered them and it said, here's the ship date, here's when it should be arriving, and I didn't get them for just over a month later, I was concerned. So I emailed Shreddy and I was like, am I missing something? Where is it? And so they sent me the tracking link again, and I looked at it and it was held at customs. So I guess with powders, there's a little bit of a question mark around products coming in from other countries. That was not the case though with what I have been mixing with my Shreddy, and that is the Garden of Life Beets Detox. I really like these. They taste great, and I actually started taking these maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, and I did so because, and this is just me being my critical functional medicine self, I went to the OBGYN. Story time. I went to the OBGYN and I had an ovarian cyst, which is not common in my family. And when I get there, they're doing an x-ray and they're like, we're gonna watch it. I had to go in probably 6 times over multiple months, and I had to pay for it every time because insurance does not fully cover x-rays. And I finally was like, what can I do to get rid of this thing? Like, what do you recommend for ovarian cysts? You're my doctor, tell me what to do. And she goes, oh, well, you can go on birth control, but seeing as you're already covered in that department, there's not really anything you can do. And I just thought about that for a while, and I thought, that is ridiculous, because ovarian cysts are not normal, and they're painful, and there has to be some kind of cure for them. So I went home and I did my own research. And as it turns out, things like beet and, what is the other one? There's beet and there's cranberry and a couple other things, but specifically beetroot powder, are very helpful to the holistic world in helping with ovarian cysts. And ever since I started taking those, I have not had a single cyst. So make of that what you will. But I'm just saying, it worked for me, and it was something that my doctor couldn't tell me other than just take birth control. I'm sorry, no. Hello, Josephine. Oh, no, run away. She doesn't like to be picked up. going through this cleanse, I am hoping that it will help to heal not only my gut, if I do have parasites, I don't really know, but my liver for sure, with all the different functions that it has in the body. At the end of this, I'm going to do a slightly different cleanse as well. That is, you drink about 1 liter of apple juice every day for a week, as well as kind of adapt a vegan, low carb, low gluten lifestyle for about 5-6 days. And then at the end of the 6th day, you do an Epsom salt and like a grapefruit olive oil mixture. So I'm gonna do that after I have finished the cleanse from Dr. Hulda Clark, and hopefully that gets some of my systems back on track. I just have to say, gut health is so very important, and if you're thinking, oh, your stomach hurts, you know, take a painkiller or just drink some orange juice. I don't know. It's so much more than that. You have a whole microbiome ecosystem going on inside of you that affects everything from your mood to sleep to just everything, your skin health. I mean, your gut is so important, and there are so many books that I love about gut health and the gut-brain connection and all of that. So I would just encourage you to dive a little bit deeper if you're having some stomach issues, to really find out root cause of what's going on and address that, rather than, oh, let me take some Pepto-Bismol and hopefully I feel better. We're better than that. You deserve better than that. That is all for my little gut rant. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. And next year, maybe once I actually start my degree in human nutrition, I will share as I go. Now you want to come over now that I'm done. Yeah. Oh, now you want the pets. Okay. I was just starting to unbox a new juicer that I got, and I thought, you know what? Why don't I do it and show you what this is all about? Ignore the mess going on behind me. All right, I know. It's on the list for things to do this evening. But the juicer. I was inspired to buy a juicer because not only did Nikki Blacketer recently get a juicer and made some delicious looking juice, but I also took myself to breakfast this morning because my husband is out of town and I just wanted to go out and have a nice breakfast made for me. And I got a kale detox juice, and we've had kale detox like juices elsewhere, and I want to be able to make that in my own kitchen. So I got the Ninja Never Clog cold pressed juicer, and I chose this one because it said more juice per pound of produce, it's quieter, it's easier to clean, and because of the cold press technology that it uses, I guess it like retains more of the nutrients of what you're putting into it. When you first open the box, you've got a quick start guide, you've got the instructions, and then it came with a 15 recipe little booklet. I'll have to flip through that. I did get some like kale and berries and whatnot when I was out and about today. I'll look through and see what I have. Okay, so we've got the filter, it looks like. What is this? The food tray. Ugh. It comes with a little pulp container, they call it, with the little Ninja branding very faintly on there. Very nice, very fancy. There's a little juice jug it comes with. Have the little tamper that you like push it through with. Okay, oh gosh. And now the big part. Actually, this is not that heavy. Okay, fairly lightweight. That's satisfying moment. Like when you get a new phone. Now here we have all the pieces out of the box. I don't think anything is missing, but let me do a quick double check and then I will put it together. One thing I can tell that I like already is that there are 2 different filters. So this one you use if you want to have more pulp, and this one you use if, like me, you don't like your juice so pulpy. My husband will like this one though. He likes a lot of pulp in his juice. All right, I have washed everything. So this internal part, the filter, this whole chute, the dispenser, the tray, everything has been washed. So now I'm gonna grab a glass. I just washed one, the rest are in the dishwasher, but I picked up this little tumbler set at Target because I thought these were cute little juice glasses, and there's a couple different sizes. So this is one of the bigger ones, and I thought perfect for a good homemade juice. Got the waste receptacle here for the solids. They did say that you can use pulp to make quick breads, but I don't have any quick bread recipes. That is a project for another day. I'm gonna start with we'll call it a variation of this cucumber kale crusher, because I do not have celery, I do not have green apples, I have a gala apple I'll use instead, and then I also don't have fresh ginger, so I think once it goes through the juicer, I'll just stir in some powdered ginger, maybe? It did say for certain fruits and veg you can leave the skins on, and for others, like this is lemon peel, you're not supposed to have citrus skins on. So we have prepared a little bowl of everything that's gonna go into this juice. I have my apple, about 2 handfuls of kale, lemon. I'm gonna substitute, because I don't have celery, I'm gonna use spinach instead, and then my half of an English cucumber. I think that was everything that I'm subbing in. This also says it makes 4 servings, and I definitely do not need 4 servings, so my ratio has been basically fourth, except for the cucumber. I'm hoping this works. I'm also realizing it's gonna take a lot of prep work to have juices frequently without it being a whole thing. So I'm gonna chop a bunch of fruit and veg to have in my fridge that I can just grab and throw into the juicer. I don't know, if you are a juicer, let me know how you prep your ingredients, how you keep them in the fridge, because I don't like using Ziploc bags, and I've already got like 4 involved here. So let me know how you prep and how you store things for your juicer. Okay, wish me luck. Here we go. Here we go. Oh. Okay. Well, that was about as easy as it gets. And that is really a beautiful color. It's so pretty. Most of our pulp looks very kale-y. I will get creative with this eventually, but today is not that day. I'm gonna mix in a little bit of organic ginger, because I did not have this as fresh ginger. Give that a little mix. Oh, is that good? That is actually really good. Okay. Okay. I could get used to this. I think it needs some ice so I can sip on it for a while, but it is actually really good. I like the kale apple combo. Now that I know it works, it's just a matter of how easy is this all to clean. But it was 4 pretty easy to pull apart pieces in here, and then they're all dishwasher safe, which makes it really easy. I have gone a little crazy since cleaning the juicer, and I've decided to clean my entire kitchen and rearrange a little bit. So this cupboard is all organized now, and then we had wine glasses in there and some bar things on the counter, so that is in its own cupboard. We organized all of our dishware. This cupboard was all chaotic as well. And then finally we have what used to be just an absolute dumping ground. I have moved these, which used to be where the dishes were. And then we have our supplement cupboard and kind of our food storage, some random charcuterie things up there, and everything is just much more organized. I've also chopped some pineapple for a juice I want to make tomorrow morning. I got pineapple and blueberries, and I might throw maybe some lemon and kale in there too. It just feels so good to get everything put together and organized and clean and ready for the week ahead. I mentioned in my little grocery haul that I bought like chickpeas and tomatoes again so I could make the spaghetti squash with the pasta e ceci that I made last week. So we do have that. It should be just about done. Whoop, fog up my lens there. Spaghetti squash is just about done, and that'll be a wrap on this Sunday. I cannot even tell you how good this smells. Today is day 3 of the parasite cleanse, and 3 is, let's see, 3 drops of the black walnut tincture, and then we have 2 capsules of the wormwood, and 3 capsules 3 times a day of cloves. Much later in the day, and I've just gotten out of the office for the first time all day. But I am, what time is it? So it's not time to start making dinner yet, but we are well past lunch and I need a little snack. When you are working to improve your gut health, popcorn is always a great option because it has lots of fiber, which is good for your gut. And I'm gonna say this with a word of caution because popcorn just made on the stove, like I do olive oil and salt and that's it. But you can find some really sugary stuff out there. For example, I may advise against like kettle corn, caramel corn, especially caramel corn, the really cheesy stuff, things where the health benefit of the fiber is so far outweighed by chemicals and sugar and crappy ingredients. So I just do a little bit of olive oil and a little bit of sea salt, and that's it. Occasionally, I will treat myself to some feta cheese in with the popcorn. It gets a little melty and delicious. But I've already had feta cheese for both breakfast and lunch today, and I don't need any more. So we're gonna stick with the simplest of simple popcorns this afternoon, and that'll be my snack. And back to the office we go for the remainder of the afternoon. I am just getting ready to head out for a little while because my husband is at the CMAs tonight and I did not merit an invite. I've been in my office, cooped up in the house all day, and I just want to get out. I'm not drinking right now because of the cleanse that I mentioned earlier in the vlog, but I might get something yummy for dinner. I might get some new juicing ingredients. You know, this is adult life in your 30s. What are we gonna get up to on a Wednesday night? Does anybody else wait until you actually get in your car to open your garage door? Because at our old house, there was a time when my then fiance opened the garage door while he was still in the garage, not yet in his car, and there was a skunk outside of the garage and it ran in and I heard him shrieking from in the office, and now I just have like this fear that I'm gonna open the garage door when I'm not in the car and some creature is gonna come running into our garage. From now on, I will always wait until I'm in the car before I open the garage door. I had to. I'm not drinking right now because of this cleanse, and I'm probably about to start my period, and my husband is gone all evening, so I had to treat myself. Oh my god, they smell so good. I'm gonna go inside and I'll show you which ones I got. I'm not gonna do a full haul, but I did get some more fruit and veg for juicing, and then I found a detox tea from Yogi. But the real creme de la creme here is the Crumbl cookies, and they smell so good. We have the original peanut butter chocolate chip, of course. They had a lemon cheesecake, and then cookies and cream is like the current seasonal fan favorite. I need to quickly wash my hands, and then you better believe I'm gonna try every one of these. I'm not gonna lie, sugar like this, not great for gut and GI health, but my soul is craving it this evening, and I am very much PMSing, so just forgive me. I do not recommend this for gut health. This is not part of that storyline. All right, we'll just do a little nibble, like a really little nibble of all of these. So we're doing literally one little bite of the peanut butter to try it. I'm gonna give that like a 7 out of 10. 6.5, 7 for the peanut butter because it's a little bit dry. Chocolate chip, which is always my favorite. It's just a classic. How can you go wrong with a Crumbl chocolate chip cookie? You can't. So peanut butter got 6.5. Chocolate chip, we're gonna give a 7.5 just because it is such a classic. I don't even know how to break into the lemon one. It's very thick. Oh, very thick. All right, we're gonna do a tiny little piece of this guy. Oh, he's a lot. Okay, okay. Balance. It's like a mini lemon meringue pie. Let's see if this is any good. Or if it's too sweet, that's not good either. You can't have any. I don't know that the cookie is actually lemon because this lemon bit on top is like so potent. So if it's just a plain sugar cookie on the bottom, I think it's a miss. But I can't tell. I can't tell. It's not bad. It's a little sweet, but I do like lemon a lot. So we're going to give that one maybe a 7.5 as well. And then last but not least, now this this boy, he even gets his own little special paper wrapping. I have a feeling this one is going to be sickeningly sweet. When I saw it on the options at Crumbl, I honestly thought maybe it was an actual ice cream cookie, but she confirmed it is indeed not. Just a very large, very indulgent slice of heaven. All right, my last piece. I'm already getting the, like, ugh, I've eaten too many sweets. I don't like it. Oh, I don't like it. It's not good, Josephine. You wouldn't like it. It's too creamy. It's like a cream cheese cookie. It's very, like, almost mushy. That one gets a 4. 4 maybe. The flavor is good. It's just the consistency. Why am I licking my fingers? I'm going to put all of this away, and then I'm going to get started on making some actual food for dinner. That is all for this week's vlog. I hope that you enjoyed this grocery haul and gut health update. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe for new videos every week.